Hi everybody, Joe Brancato, the air gun scientist, and today at the sGUNkWerks lab, we're going to talk about air tanks and how to fill your gun in a little bit more detail again. We get this question asked a lot about, how do I fill my air gun? I bought a new PCP, what do I do? So we're going to show you a couple of ways. The older way was you got a fireman's tank, and before that people used to use scuba tanks. We've done videos on why they're not worth it. They don't fill the gun, they weigh really like 55 pounds. They can't fill the gun, so we're not going to go there. We're going to start off with a fireman's tank versus something similar, our great white tiger kind of a thing with a TJ3 valve. On this fireman's tank, you'll find what's called a CGA, stands for Compressed Gas Association, CGA 347. That's just the technical number for the valve. And basically what that is a male thread. Okay, and then if you get a close-up of that, Rick will show them there's actually a gauge too that tells you what the remaining pressure is in here. Try to freak you out there, make you point all over the place. This will tell you the pressure. It's not really easy to read, but it lets you know if the tank's full or not. That required one of these hoses, okay? And that's actually how we got into the business. We started making these hoses, beautifully machined stainless steel pieces, locally made. Always American-made products. That's what we always shot for. So local machinists would machine these for us, and they were pretty nice. I was pretty proud of these. These are beautifully, very nicely machined bleeder knobs, stainless steel gauges from Leica. Get a close-up on that, Rick. Everything was stainless steel from the female quick disconnects to the gauge to the bleeder knob, to the hand-tight stainless steel. Ours was the first to use a hand-tight. And the point being is it requires this to be screwed on. Now, okay, ours was hand-tight, which did make it kind of convenient versus needing a wrench, okay? But all of this hangs off the side, which is a little bit, difficult. But the main reason that we went to a different valve, because these worked quite well, but they had one caveat, and that is, and stay where you are, Rick. If you just crack the valve slightly, 4,500 PSI, that's not even a quarter of a turn, okay? So when you're trying to fill your gun, you can back out a little bit now. When you're trying to fill your gun, it is not difficult at all to overfill your gun, okay? And that was the people would call us up saying, I want something a little safer. We came out with our TJ3 SLO-FLO Valve. And we're going to look at that next. So we're going to put the SCBA Hose Assembly away and start talking about the TJ3 valve. Now the TJ3 valve will screw into that tank. So you could actually upgrade your tank if you had one of those. It's a 7/8 14 typically, or 5/8 18 if you have the smaller tanks. But what we do is we've got a restrictor in this, and it's a one-way restrictor. And how it works is you can fill the tank quickly, but when you exhaust the tank, it will go slow. Hit the pause. Okay, we're back. So what I paused for was to take this out and to show you how it works. It's kind of like a needle and seat in a carburetor, if you've ever seen that. When the needle, this is the needle, the seat's in here. When the needle closes, it blocks the, on a carburetor, it blocks it 100%. So air can blow it open and fill it fast, and then the pressure of the tank shoves it in here and makes it 100% restricted. Don't go away, because we're going to show them a little close-up here. Now, it would restrict it 100%, except that right here, and you probably can't even see that on the camera, right here, I'll try to hold it up in the light, there's a score like the size of your hair, okay? And that, at 4,500 PSI, is what makes this air come out slowly. Now, you can change that rate by either scoring that a little bit more, just a tiny bit more, or putting this in a drill with a piece of sandpaper and brushing it away. These are adjustable. But I just wanted to show you how that worked. But how well does it work? Well, you saw this one over here, and this is a quarter of a turn. We literally sweep our garage section of the store out with that. This is a quarter. This is a half. That's all the way open, okay? Now that was further away from me than this is, but that's nothing. Okay, that's absolutely nothing. That will fill in a controlled manner a Marauder, Crossman Marauder, from 2,000 to 3,000, it takes 10 seconds. So at that rate, it's like 2,100, 2,200, 2,300. Every second it goes up 100. You've got more than ample opportunity to say, it's hitting 3,000, shut the valve, and your gun will not get overfilled. With an SCBA, you got to be a lot more careful. We have the hose assemblies if that's the way you want to go, but we always suggest make sure, if you can, get the TJ3. Also, if you're going to fill it up at a scuba shop, a lot of folks in scuba shops don't have the adapters for this. We do, but you got to pay for it. So if you buy this with an adapter, you're going to spend more than if you just buy this by itself. And some of the features of this is it can be filled at a paintball store as is. Well, let's show you how it works. So you screw this onto your tank, and then you can just click your hose onto it like that. And then that part goes onto your air gun. And then when you're done, you just disconnect it. You don't have to screw it on 10 turns here, 10 turns on, 10 turns off, kind of a thing. You just click this on and off. If you so choose, as I said before, you can fill it at a scuba shop, or if you so choose, this is normally on by wrench, so I'm just gonna, we put it on by hand so I could show this to you. It then becomes your standard scuba tank with a DIN 300, so a scuba shop will be able to fill it too. Should you choose to fill it with fire department, we have those adapters as well. But it comes standard like this when you buy just the TJ3. It has the big gauge. It tells you what's going in your tank. Let's get a little close up on that one, Rick. Okay, and as you can see, it's red is bar, easily readable, and the black scale is PSI. So you can see that very easily. And then it has a bleeder here so that you don't have to have that external big thing hanging off the tank like we showed to you on the SCBA. You just bleed it here. Then this gauge here lets you know, half full, 3/4 full on your SCBA or carbon fiber tank, whether it's our Great White Tiger, Guppy, or your SCBA fireman tank. That'll tell you how much air is remaining in there. So that's about it. We just wanted to kind of let you guys know. Comes with the 40-inch hose. And that's another thing you want to make sure you get is a good quality hose. Our hoses are rated 9,000 PSI working pressure and then 30,000 burst. So they're more than adequate. We've always had the highest. They come with 40 inches of hose, stainless steel strain relief at each end. And that's it. If you have any questions, let us know. They come standard, by the way, on our Great White, Tiger, and Guppy tanks. We'll be offering them on other tanks as well soon. But if you got any questions, let us know in the comments below. Take care. God bless. Safe shooting. This is Joe Brancato saying have a great day. Remember, please check off that little icon bell-shaped thing that tells you to upload or to get notified of the latest video. Cheers.